Hi,
Hi,
Antonio. How are you?
good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Happy Monday.
Happy
Um,
Monday.
hey,
I
this is
always forget
a
what
new
day it
week.
is.
It's hard to keep up. I have to look at my phone like, what is today?
Yeah, exactly.
But devil all the time. I was not ready. My spirit is still unsettled a little bit after watching it.
Okay.
This is one, but in a good way. It's a great story, but it's so unsettling at times. And I really wanted to ask you first. There are some moments that are kind of hard. There's some scenes and shots that are hard to look at, but I never felt as though that it was overdone or it was too much. And so I wanted to know specifically, how did you go about shooting those scenes in the film?
I've in my career I've shot a lot of scenes like that, and they're always difficult. You know, but you're like surrounded by people and a camera, and you're creating something that's fictional. So the thing you're always looking for is for a moment where the image you're watching on that monitor makes you feel something, either horrified or emotional, whatever it is that you're looking for. It's like you caught it in the moment. They're always challenging to do. It's always challenging to create scenarios where people are just kind of like at these real extremes emotionally. But those are also the most rewarding kinds of things to shoot. When you capture something really kind of raw on camera, there's nothing better for a filmmaker, for an actor, for the people that all put it together, the crew.
Yeah, and for me, even though the film is very intense at times, for me, the narration is what really helped me, be centered while watching the film, just have a
Yeah, good,
sense of
good,
calmness. And so I
good.
wanted to know specifically, what was your intention with having the narration for the film?
Well, I'm really happy that it had that effect on you. Part of it was that, like, it was kind of this cushion that he's part of the world, he's familiar with the world, but he's not being thrown by anything that's happening on the frame. And sometimes you can even find some humor in it.
Mhm.
And also because there's so many different storylines and so many different characters, the narrator creates this kind of unity. He connects all the different aspects of this very kind of this wild ride that is this movie. So, exactly for the reason that you kind of felt, it's like he comforts you. He gives you some sense of comfort, like, okay, this is all connected somehow, and it's okay. Like he's not freaked out by it, so I'll just kind of like ride that.
Yeah, I felt safe. I was like, I feel like I'm in a safe place because he's not scared. So I'm just gonna go with this at this point in
And
time.
it's the author of the book, which is I think really
That's
cool.
so
Like
cool. Yeah.
he knows this world better than anybody, and he knows where this story started and where it's ending. So
Right.
there's no one else to convey that as well as he can.
No, that's awesome. And speaking of the book, how do you go from a writing standpoint and also to with directing? How do you go about turning this into a screenplay? Because there's so much ground to cover. There's so much
Yeah.
story and so many characters. So how do you bring it all together in such a condensed amount of time?
Oh, it just takes a long time. My brother who co-wrote the script with me, like it just took a long time to try and figure out exactly what elements we needed in every storyline, how we were gonna change things up from the book to work in a movie. And always like, okay, what is the essence of every character? What is the essence of every storyline? And then always remembering that at its heart, this is the story of a father and a son, and that we can't ever go away from that story for too long, and we can't lose the emotional connection we have to Arvin, who we start off with as a little boy and then get to know as an adult in Tom Holland. So, you know, it was just a constant balancing act, just making sure that we weren't, that we were doing justice to every character and every storyline, but always remembering where this story begins and ends.
Antonio, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. I
Oh,
really
thank
do
you.
appreciate it. Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Have a
much.
great Monday.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
Bye.